what was it about the 6-week menopause program that attracted you and encouraged you to start the program?
I think the first and most important part was that you, as a female, led a program that was tailored to something that a lot of people do not understand. And that you have had some results starting with other females in this area that's so difficult. And that's a subject that's not talked about or wanted to be talked about, which is a huge problem, was just very simply laid out and then structured and supported to me and what I needed and to my questions and how menopause was affecting me.
So how did you feel that the program, did you feel that the program was structured well? What was it, what worked best for you?
I think that the program was amazingly structured because I think we have to go back to the basics, unfortunately, for everybody's body and my body, and understand how it's working, how it's not working, and how all the foods made sense. When you broke it down, I understood that before I got to you, I was eating the wrong things. I wasn't eating a lot, but I wasn't eating the right things. And when you broke down my body type and told me, hey, this is your category now, and we got started, then I could see results that, oh, now that I'm eating the right things, I'm feeling better. And menopause is getting better for me. And I'm able to control it a little bit more and not feel like I'm on a runaway train, which prior I felt like I was at the mercy of menopause. And now, without having to have medicine, which was my key thing, is I didn't want to be on medicine, is to just understand food and my diet and making that work towards what I needed, which is to relieve symptoms, and which I have, and lose some weight, which I have.
And how much weight have you lost?
I've lost 10 pounds. Fantastic.
I'm so happy for you.
I know, thank you.
So can you just give me an example of what sort of foods you were eating before you started the program, and what foods, how did you discover, I suppose, that they were not necessarily the foods that were for you?
I mean, prior to the program, I'm training, and I was trying to eat more protein, and I was eating what I thought was a very healthy diet for vegetarian, and having some fish just added into it, but eating peanut butter to, as the like, oh, you need a snack, just eat some peanut butter, or eating cheeses. Well, on the new program for you, yes, I'm eating cheese. It's goat cheese. I'm eating the wrong cheese. So I was eating things that weren't helping my body, A, control menopause, and B, start the diet process and get the body in the place where it wanted to lose weight and wanted to go ahead and say, okay, you're under control now, and the menopausal control too. So I think that was kind of the thing, is once you did my menu and kind of set me up and told me that I was a fire sign, which, that was very helpful to understand, oh, all the things I was eating or I thought was doing myself a service, I wasn't. They weren't helping me. So now that I've kind of recorrected my menu, then now I can go ahead and eat. And one of the most important things is I was feeling full and not snacking. And now simple changes made it so that, like, oh, I feel great. I'm eating smaller foods, less food, and feeling better. And you don't think that when you're on this other part and you're striving and you're trying and you're eating proteins and you're trying to eat, a protein shake or putting in a protein bar or having fruit. No, really simple menu, consistent, easy, feeling great. And 10 pounds.
I love the 10 pounds. That's so cool. So just to sort of clarify, you were following instructions from your trainer and you were eating really cleanly, but you weren't losing weight and you were still getting symptoms. And it was because although you were eating incredibly cleanly, like lots of fresh foods and vegetables, they just happened to be the wrong ones for your profile. Is that correct?
That is absolutely the correct clinical, nice way to say it.
Okay, so when you were still eating cleanly, but eating the foods that worked for your profile, that's when you've experienced a decrease in the symptoms.
Correct.
Cool.
Yeah. Once we started and we you put me on the correct where I was supposed to be with food, that's when the symptoms started, really getting into focus and being much easier to deal with and lessening. And we saw movement in my weight.
Fantastic. That's awesome. And what did you think of the meal plans overall?
I love them. I'm still on them. They're so easy. And what I really liked is you've taken all the guesswork out of it, which I think is part of the hardest part of this program, is the whole concept of what do I need to eat? How do what is it? You've given me the time of when I need to eat, and you've given me the options of what I need to eat. And you've let me, change things around a bit to my personal tastes. And it's so simple. And when somebody pretty much hands it to you and, almost cooks it for you, all you have to do is eat it. And once you do that, off you go. It's very simple.
Excellent. So would you recommend this program to other menopausal women?
I would. Please, everybody, take the program. Invest in yourself. It's fantastic, and Sarah's going to help you, and it's wonderful. And I really appreciate your guidance and your mentorship and your partnership on this. It's been life-changing, and I really am excited that now that I've got this under control, I can actually, enjoy and plan a bit more in life versus being at the mercy of menopause and the diet. So now I feel very confident that I can go out to eat, and I understand what's going to really help me and what's not going to help me, and that I'm going to not suffer for those choices with having hot flashes.
Okay. So do you feel confident going forwards now that you'll be able to manage your menopause yourself?
I do. I do feel like now I have all the information you've given me, all the tips, all the menus. And so if I have some, setbacks, I can go back into the menu plan and start over and reset myself. But I think the most important part is just the knowledge of understanding how the foods affect me. And since we've talked about my choices and making the best choices for my body to make sure that I don't have the menopause symptoms. But I do feel like this is now kind of my Bible, and I'm just going to keep it with me so that I can have it for reference.
Awesome. All right, Sam, I think that's it. Thank you very much for your time. That's great. And I love